actually going by just the distances of the other ladies behind Danny, how far they've thrown compared to their season's best. Danny is in ripper shape, and I'm so looking forward to seeing how far she can throw at the Gold Coast. But I'm looking forward to this race too, to see how Georgia Griffiths goes. She hasn't run a 1500 since Zatopek, I don't think, down at Melbourne's Albert Park at the end of last season, but she was picked for the 1500.
Yes.
Even though she didn't race it at the trials, it would have been a very tough ask to do the 8:15 double at the trials. But she's in there. She had a breakthrough season last season when she was in America. I think she did 2 A standards in the space of less than a week, and she smashed her 1500 PB over there by I reckon it was close to 7 seconds.
But that's her out in the lead at the moment, just sitting behind her, Lily Price, and the rest of the athletes in the field. Hip number 1, Isabella Thornton-Bott. In 2, Nicola Ferguson. 3, Georgia Griffith. 4, Lillian Price. And 5, Caitlin Murdoch. But that's the 2 out in front, Griffith and Price, 1 and 2 at the moment in this 1500 metres.
And she's not afraid to lead, Georgia. We saw her do it at the trials in the 800, and I think she definitely went in with the right tactics. I think she had to lead that race against knowing that the other girls in the field were probably better at off a slower pace. But
especially the way that if it's a 2:02 race, Britt McGowan's in the hunt.
Yeah. But the thing is, I think what she did wrong, and hopefully she's learnt from this, is that she went in and she was just a little bit too tense. Like you can lead 800s, but you have to lead them serenely and calmly, and you have to be ruthless and confident, and you have to be off the ground nicely, like you still got to be fast over the 400 if you're going to go out there and lead. And I think that maybe she probably let the occasion get a little bit to her, so she's a little bit too tense in the first lap. So she spun her wheels a little bit so that when the kick came, which she'd been really good at all season. She'd been finishing her races off really strongly. Just she didn't quite have the running in her legs when Britt came past. And I mean, all credit to Britt because she ran a fantastic race that day and she was rewarded with a personal best.
Yeah, just going through 2:15 for the first 800 metres here in this 15. And Lily Price still holding on, but that gap is opening up just a little bit.
Yeah, and these two athletes have opened up a significant gap over the rest of the field. So I like what Lillian's doing here, going with Georgia in the early stages of this 1500. It's one of those races where you might as well. Why not? Have a crack. Go out there and see what you can actually do. Put yourself in that position and then see where you end up. But obviously we see Georgia starting to move away now.
And it's super impressive the way that Georgia's running it. I can't imagine how tough it would be to lead a 1500 from gun to tape, which is what Georgia knows that she's going to have to do in a field that she would have looked across and known that she was the quality athlete in the field. And if she wanted to do a good hit out over the 15 before the Commonwealth Games, she was going to have to take it. And all credit to her. This is a really tough way to run, but she still looks really nice off the ground and she's still running really strongly. And she's got 330 metres to go, but she doesn't look like she's tiring. She actually looks like she's picking the pace up.
No, so just down the back straight, only a metre lead, but 400 metres later, she's bridged that gap out to now almost 40 metres back to Lillian Price, who's also a handy runner herself, but 250 metres to go. It's the rain. It's pretty much just blanketing the stadium at the moment. Georgia Griffith there still looking very strong.
I think she's a super talent for middle distance going forward. I've watched her through her school ranks. She's just got a lovely way about her, the way she runs. She opens her stride up. She really does rely on those legs, but she manages to keep her arms quite relaxed. Her face is nice and relaxed, but she turns them over. She's got pretty good 400 pace. She hasn't worked on it probably enough to, which she'll need to if she wants to be a world-class 800 runner, but she's got good natural 400 pace, and you can see her opening up on the way home. She's using those arms, and she's come across the line in a 4:12, which, you know what, it's a great hit out in these conditions to run.
That is a handy time. That is a good run in this kind of weather. It's just getting worse and worse.
Yeah. Especially on your own, you pretty much, you've just gone out and time trialled a 4:12 in the rain.
But the thing is, with that, she's had to come up here, prepare for a race, and mentally set herself up to time trial a 1500. And it is not easy to do. She made it look easy, but it is a really hard thing to do. So she set her plan, and she would have had her target times with her coach, Steve Eddinghaus. And she's gone out there and she's targeted it and she's hit those times that she was after. And, that says to me that she is in really good shape heading to the Commonwealth Games for 1500. So fingers crossed she gets into a really good race. And what I like about Georgia is she's not afraid to race the world's best. Yes, she was young when she went to the World Champs and Raw, and you know it was a surprise that she got both the 8 and 1500 times. But she went over there and she was able to compete against those ladies. She wasn't overawed. She raced them, and she, you know.